gives Katelyn to be married to Ben?
Her mother and I.
Okay. You may be seated. Ben and Katelyn, it's not an accident that God would cause a small town girl from Carlisle to meet a big city boy from Dubuque. Your feelings of love will come and go, but your commitment to each other and your submission to the Lord, that will be the glue that cements your marriage together. Remember, loving is giving better than you give, giving better than you feel. As much as Ben and Katelyn have joined together in marriage and have witnessed the same presence of this congregation, declared their love one for another through the exchange of these rings, by the power that's been vested in me as a minister of the gospel, I now pronounce that they are husband and wife in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. What God has brought together, let no one separate. Ben, you may kiss the bride. It is a blessed privilege for me to introduce to you for the very first time, as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Backus.
Give thanks. Father, thank you for marriage. Thank you for Ben and Katelyn and for their new family. Just pray for your rich blessing on them. Thank you for all of our friends here and family and their effort to come here and celebrate with us. Just pray that you would bless our fellowship and this food that we eat. In Jesus' name, amen.
Some things that really stuck out to me about Katelyn and that I've really tried to learn from her is she is a very generous person. I'm sure many of you in this room have been impacted by that generosity. She gives a lot of her time, a lot of her money, a lot of her just love to people, which I think is a very good testimony.
That recently on Facebook, I saw Ben and I actually had our friend-iversary, where we had been, I don't know how many years it was, but so kind of put up a video of all the pictures that you have together and the things that you've done and all that stuff. And the only pictures that showed up on that memory video were of playing soccer together. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I got to think about how our relationship was so much more than soccer, how we had talked about our faith, how we had talked about, I would say girls, but it was really just about Katelyn. But we talked about all kinds of things. Many times we've been encouraged by each other. We've spoken uncomfortable truths into each other's lives. And so Ben and Katelyn do that for each other. You get to do that now. And you don't have to worry about breaking up with each other, because you can.
As many of you might already know, my grandpa cannot be here today, but Gabrielle, unbeknownst to me, asked him to write a letter to me a couple months ago, and I just got this yesterday, so I'd like to read it to you. It's titled, it's a poem actually, because that's what he did. He wrote poems all the time. It's titled, Katelyn or Kate. Some time ago, into this world, a little girl came. While she was cute and cuddly too, she didn't have a name. Her mom and dad, they soon fixed that and made it plain to all. Katelyn would be the name to use if you to her did call. As time went on and she grew up, she too did make it plain. Katelyn, not Kate, you were to use, for Katelyn was her name. But then there's Gramps, and you well know his hearing not so good. He uses Kate, not Katelyn, as well we know he should. But Gramps is old, and he thinks that he a privilege can take. With others, Katelyn is just fine, but to him, she is his Kate. Privilege, you say, how did it come? For Kate, it came, you see, midst many others she did claim, favorite granddaughter she. But now with smiles her grandpa knows, his name for her was best. Let others call her Katelyn still, it will not pass the test. She sort of thinks like Grandpa now. Katelyn is out of date. She now goes by a brand new name. She calls herself Ben's Kate. And then a verse, God blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created, and they shall become one flesh. Much love to you, dear Kate, Grandpa and Grandma. Some of you already heard this at his funeral, but he gave me some advice before he died. Some marriage advice, and he said, make sure you always keep some silver polish on hand. And I said, why is that, Grandpa? And he's like, because your knight is going to need his armor shined a lot. Thank you all for coming. It means the world to have you here.
Who is more likely to get injured? Who is more adventurous?